Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I was doing fantastic. Listen, your boy, he finally came back not too long ago. If you know, you know, you were there on a stream. If you guys don't know, I'm streaming every single day at 7 p.m. EST. Right, we go over the markets in general, some coins. We will be going over also very big news, right? And then we're just gonna hang out and stuff. I am thinking of doing a community thing for maybe Turbo, and I had an idea where I really, really, really want to do like, we can pick like between 50, 60, 70 coins, and the top 20, a certain amount get invested in, and we just see pretty much, which one does the best um in the cycle, right? Doesn't have to be crazy amounts of money. Just even like technically, I could put $1 in. Obviously, I'm not gonna put $1. I'm gonna put a little bit more, but yeah, I feel like that's gonna be something cool. Maybe we plan it for Saturday, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm kind of new to the live stream thing. So, anyways, guys, listen. Did you know that Turbo was featured in the launch video of OS2? Also, did you know that OpenSea currently have a voyage for 250 XP if you swap any crypto for Turbo? So we can see, right? OpenSea 2.3 million followers, absolutely banging. And I will say, right? I will say that, you know, any feature, any collaboration, any sponsorship is always exposure, right? It is always exposure. So that is what we love to see. Now, in terms of Turbo's fundamentals, some of the basic stuff we cover, right? We are 161 in the world. So we're holding that like top 150, 160 very, very well, right? That just seems to be like our floor. Sometimes we bounce up a little higher, but in general, we don't really go lower than that. 300 million market cap, 40 million volume. It is looking pretty good. I actually don't know how many holders are. I don't remember the last time I checked. I think I checked a couple of days ago. Like the one I remember was like 55,200. So we can actually see, right? We actually gained a decent amount of holders over the last couple of days. People are accumulating this coin. People are accumulating this coin while it's cheap because they know the power of Turbo. They know where Turbo is going to be in just a few months. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, nothing has changed in terms of bullish structure. I know, sometimes because some of you guys are funny. Like 99% of you guys are perfect. Literally, I would never swap. Actually, 99.9% of you guys are perfect. The most supportive audience in the world. But here and there, I see that comment that I just have to address just in case you guys are thinking the same thing. Listen, right? We called out the reversals already once structure broke. Okay. We also said this was very weak and I expect a dump, right? Listen, I call what I see. All right. That's how technical analysis works. That's how this channel is going to operate. I call what I see. Am I always going to be 100% perfect up to the penny, up to the micro penny? No, but I am good enough to the point where clearly a good amount of you guys trust me, right? A good amount of you see that I am consistently right. And that's why you guys come back, right? And listen, yes, and sometimes these Turbo videos, I asked you guys, right? A lot of you guys love these daily updates. Some, are expecting big changes. I'm not, I don't have anything to do with Turbo in terms of the news, right? If a big news events happen, then they happen, but I can't control it. And what happens on the charts, like I said, if we're doing every 24 hours, I can only cover so much. Look, I just had to say it just in case you guys wanted maybe to switch Turbo from one a day to maybe like 3 a week, or 2 a week. I personally love enjoying, making the Turbo content, even if it is the micro moves. But I'm just saying, sometimes you can't expect too much to change. Listen, in terms of the actual Turbo itself, this is very, very weak. Like this price action is very weak. We can clearly see that, boom, we slammed down and we are very, very weak in terms of price action. Even if we got a spike up, which I don't really see that happening, I still, based off technical analysis, would say we would slam right back down. Okay. This really kind of this reminds me of this right over here. 2 bullish candles that were like the weakest thing ever. Two sell candles that sold off a little bit, but not too much. I mean, it just gives me like PTSD of what we just experienced like a week and a half ago, right? Listen, I know people are saying, what about global liquidity, global liquidity, global liquidity? Yes, it is still following global liquidity. We still expect Bitcoin by the end of this week to be bullish. Okay. We've only had a few days, right? You have to remember, it starts from the Monday candle. So we've only had the Monday and the Tuesday candle. We still, I believe that during Wednesday, we most likely will have a very big manipulation candle Wednesday or Thursday. And then I believe by the end of the week, we will be recovering and we will be somewhere at least back to 110K. I truly do believe so. And I do believe Turbo is going to catch up, right? Turbo is going to catch up because even if we look at this, right, we go to the weekly, we know, ladies and gentlemen, which also, by the way, the global liquidity that's like weeks in front of us is still trending up, which is what we love to see. We know from this top to this, it's 91 days. From this to this, it's 91 days. We know the last bottom of this was 91 days. Okay. But you have to realize this, where we go up, 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 right? Technically, this is supposed to be the big bullish week, which is why I think there's going to be a lot of manipulation. I believe the charts are setting up for a false move to the upside to slam down to then pump up really aggressively. So that is going to happen for Turbo as well. Okay, that is going to happen for Turbo as well. Didn't have a lot of water, so my throat's a little bit, I'm leaving that in because I don't care. We don't care out here. But yeah, seriously, guys, look, man, your Turbo is fine. Your Turbo overall is fine. Okay, it's just these micro moves, right? It's just a good buying opportunity, probably somewhere down here, right? Because it makes the most sense to sweep these lows over here because it is the weekly, and of course retest fundamentally off this before we start shooting up. And I really do believe that in this week and next week, we really should be above this zone. We really, really should be, like maximum 2 weeks. And I feel like I'm being a little bit generous. So yeah, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy. Talk to you guys next time. Goodbye. Portfolio reviews, economic and global updates and news, frequent up-to-date technical analysis, and a very supportive community. Sell and buy calls and trading education is provided. If that sounds good to you, now is the time to act. Once the markets start moving, there is no I should have, coulda, woulda. Now is the time. If you want to take things to another level, we have the blueprint that covers everything from A to Z in crypto that you need. No fluff, no bullshit, just the most important news, fundamentals, and technicals to have you succeed in these markets.